All right, welcome back. This time I want to go over getting help with Cisco commands. There's a lot of built-in functionality in a router that will help you as you try to complete commands. A couple of things that we're going to talk about today are going to be the question mark, the tab, and the up arrow. So one of the things I see a lot of students do when they're trying to learn routing and switching is they type the wrong command in the wrong place, or the right command in the wrong place, or however you want to say that. Like for example, if I wanted to type in IP address 192.168.1.1 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0 because the lab I'm doing or my instructor told me to do that, or I want to set that IP address, and I'm like, okay, I've got it in, I know what the command is, I hit enter, oh, I got an error. Okay, what a lot of students will do is they will type the command in again. In this case, I use the up arrow, and that's one of the other commands that'll help, keys that'll help you is the up arrow, because it helps you go through the history of the things you've already typed, so you don't have to retype them again. And then you hit enter, and I get the same error. So they hit the up arrow again, or retype it and hit enter, and they hit the up arrow, retype it and hit enter, and they keep doing it over and over and over and over. And they'll call me over and say, I'm having problems, can you help me with this? And I come over and look, and they've done this 4 or 5 times in a row. And I look at the prompt that they have, and I see that they are in the wrong location. And I asked them, have you hit the question mark yet? And what I mean by that is if you hit the question mark and you look, the first part of the command is IP. So I look down this list after I hit the question mark, and IP is not an option. So they're trying to put in a command in the wrong place. It's not one of the options for this mode, which in this case is the exec mode, privileged exec mode. You can't put in the IP address command in that mode. You have to be in interface configuration mode. And so in this case, they're not putting in the command in the right location. So let's go ahead and go into configuration mode, and we're going to go into the interface configuration mode. So we're going to go into intg0/0, and now I can put my IP address command in here. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to type in the word IP. Well, let's go back and check first. Is it even a valid command? And here's my word IP. Yes, it is. I used the question mark. I got the fact. I can see that it is the IP is a command. So we're going to quit that, and I'm going to type in IP, and I'm going to hit the question mark again. And now it has the next word that I can put in, address. Now, instead of typing in the word address, I'm going to hit AD. And I'm going to hit the tab key, and it's going to finish it for me. One of the other things I see students do a lot is they try to put in longer commands without ever using the tab key, and they type something wrong, they put the wrong letter, or they misspell it a little bit, and then when they hit the enter key, it gets an error, and they get frustrated, and they do it again, and they misspell a different word, and they get frustrated, and they keep getting frustrated. Don't do that. Let the operating system help you finish the command, especially when you start getting longer commands. And I'll show you one here in a little bit that's pretty long that a lot of people make mistakes on. So I have IP address, and when you hit your tab, it automatically puts a space after the last word for you, so it makes it even easier. Hit the question mark, and now it says I needed to put in an IP address. So I'm going to type in 192.168.1.1. I'm going to hit the space and question mark, and now it says it needs an IP subnet mask 255.255.255.0 space question mark, and now it says CR. CR stands for carriage return, which is an older way of saying enter. Now I've set my IP address. So right there I've showed you how you can use the question mark and the tab key to help you figure out how to put in the command into the router or the switch, and helps you finish it. Now the other thing you can do is with the up arrow is, in this case, I just put the IP address on one of my interfaces. I want to go to a different interface. Let's go to intg0/1, and I want to put the 192.168.2.1 IP address on this interface. Well, I've already typed in that command once. Right here, I'll do an up arrow twice, and there it is again. But I can't put the same IP address. I need to change this 1 right here to a 2. I can just use the back arrow, go over here, change this to a 2, and hit enter. And there you go. I've just set the IP address on my second interface, and I didn't have to retype the whole command again. So this is one thing you can use when you're doing multiple commands on interfaces, especially when you start doing interfaces, because when you start doing a lot of different interfaces on a router, a lot of the commands are the same. And so you're going to be doing it over and over and over and over and over. So using that up arrow can really help you save a lot of time. Now let's go back to that where we were talking about the tab key. Now one of the things that you were going to do with a router is once you configure it, you're going to want to turn on password encryption. And the way you do that is with a command called service. So let's type in SER and hit tab. There is the command service, and let me hit the question mark. And you can see right here, password encryption is one of my options. Well, this is about 17 characters long. I believe it's 17 characters long. Now, I could type in all 17 characters. Or if you notice here, there's only one word that starts with the letter P. So I can hit P and hit tab, and it'll finish the entire word for me. So in only pressing 2 keys, I've done 17 keys worth of work. As you start getting more into working with routers and switches, being able to save time like that will be very important. So you want to make sure you're doing that. Use that tab key to help you finish it. The other thing is, the longer the command becomes, the more likely it is you're going to make a mistake typing. So even if, let's say for instance, I forgot the Y in encryption when I was putting this in and I hit enter, I'm going to get an error. And then you do it again, and this time you put the Y in, but you missed the I. And you hit enter, got an error again, and you continually get errors over and over and over and over. Well, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get very frustrated, and it can make putting this stuff into the router, or the configurations of the router, very difficult. So again, use that tab key to help you finish the commands. It's much faster, and you don't get frustrated. And of course, again, as you use that up arrow to help you go through commands that you've already done before. And do not forget to use the question mark. Again, it's going to help you immensely figuring out, am I in the right place? Is the command that I'm trying to type the right command? And also what you can do with the question mark is you can see the command that you're looking for. If you see that the command that you're looking for only has 1 letter or 2 letters, and that differentiate between some other command, you can just, for example, the word host, here the command hostname is the only one that starts with H. So instead of typing in the word hostname, I can just push H and tab. And I can see that by using the question mark and then the tab to finish the command. So I hope you liked this video. If you found it useful and you want to see more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be putting out a lot more videos as I go through my classes dealing with routing and switching, and I'll also be putting in videos regarding Linux, the Linux operating system, as well as the Windows and the Mac operating system. So thank you for watching. See you next time.